Well, you probably should talk to somebody at the TSA to draw a definitive conclusion about that. I think what I would just state is the significant challenge that TSA officers face, which is they don't want to inconvenience people. They know people are just trying to get on their flight and do their business or go home to see their family or go on vacation or whatever it is that they're doing. But they want to make sure that people can engage in that travel safely. And so there's always going to be a little tension in making sure that we're doing thorough checks and making sure that we are protecting the integrity of the aviation system, while also at the same time giving people the freedom to use that aviation system without a whole lot of hassle and inconvenience. And resolving that tension is challenging. And there are a number of creative things that the TSA has tried to do. The establishment of pre-check, which allows some individuals to go and essentially go through a background check that's conducted by the government so that they could then go through an expedited security line. That's one example. We know that the TSA has been working closely with airports to see if airports can actually commit to using airport personnel to expedite the process. So, Ron, as a reporter, you've had to travel through a lot of airports. It's not uncommon for TSA officers to help people navigate the screening process by, loading materials into trays and getting into the right line. So that's not necessarily a core security function. So what you could do is the TSA could coordinate with airport staff so that when lines get long or volumes are expected to be high, that it's airport personnel that don't have a security function that can help people manage the security process so that all of the security trained people can be involved in the actual screening. So my point is that there's always going to be a little tension here in the basic function of the TSA. And the TSA, to their credit, has worked hard to try to be creative about developing solutions that would make this process more efficient and not inconvenience travelers as greatly, while also adhering to the high security standards that I think we all would demand.
Right, but again, the long lines have revealed that seems to be staffing problems. There's a high turnover rate, there's low morale, and the question is to what extent is all that potentially compromising safety at the airports? Is there a concern in the administration? Has there been some focus in trying to make sure, we do this on a daily basis, but given where we are in the last month or so of this particular phenomenon of these long lines, has there been some targeted effort focused to make sure that this is not causing security problems?
Well,
beyond the inconvenience.
Yeah, even in the face of these significant challenges, the professionals at the TSA are committed to the safety and security of the American traveling public. And they maintain these very high standards because they're concerned about safety. And you're right that this is something that they are reviewing safety standards and security standards regularly, daily, to ensure that those high standards are being met. And they're doing all of that even though, on average, the TSA is now screening about 125,000 more passengers per day. And there has been an effort by the TSA to expedite the processing of the newest class of TSA officers. There has been an effort on the part of TSA to get Congress to approve funds that could be reallocated so that additional overtime pay can be paid out to TSA officers so that they can be paid for working longer hours and therefore try to shorten lines. So again, there's a lot of work that's going into trying to be creative about how to not inconvenience travelers unduly, while also maintaining the strict safety and security standards that the American people would expect.